Oops, wait a minute, it's upside down. Take two. Let's start over. 3, 2, 1. Camera's rolling. Grace the cat. I said Grace the cat.
Yeah, she was an ornery cat. She's always getting into things, turning over stuff, and then she'd get a spanking for it. Uh, she could get into anything, no matter how tall it was. She'd climb the back of a chair, but she liked to play. She liked for you to drag string and or roll a ball.
He called me a human.
A human.
He called me a human. The story.
Oh, well, let's see. I'll start with my cat. But when
No, tell the story about your nephew who called your other nephew a human.
okay, he said he come in there and said something about a human. And I said, "Mama, he called me a human." She said, "Well, you are human."
No,
I said, "He said a human. I'm not no man." And she said, "Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell him to stop." She told him to stop, but he never did.
He never stopped.
No, he kept on. So I told him a scary story, and he stopped. Scared him.
When Helen was watching a movie called The Hand.
It was a scary story too, because I was sitting there reading or something, or fiddling with my toys or something, and this hand just come walking up my leg. Boy, it scared me to death. I started screaming. I came in there, but she didn't see anything. She said, "What's the matter?" I said, "Well, there's a hand." She said, "A hand would be hooked to a body." And I said, "Well, it was a hand that scared me." So anyway, she went on, and as soon as she went out, the hand started walking around. So I just ignored it. And after a while, people came in, and it disappeared. And so they had kids, so I got up and played a while. After they left, I went in, sat down, and the hand come walking, just walking and walking. And I started crying out, and Mother came in there, and it disappeared. She said, "There's no hand. Now you behave yourself." And so anyway, I was even scared to go to bed that night. But after I went to sleep, I forgot all about it. And the next morning, when I got up, came in there, there was a hand walking around again. And Mother said, "You're asleep, and that's a nightmare." And I said, "Well, nightmares walking around." But as always, noises, everything scared me. I was just a scaredy cat.
When Miss Helen walked out to the desert,
I looked around, and all I saw was cactus trees. And I was afraid to walk, afraid I'd get stuck with them. And here come that guy over there, and he told me, he said, "Well, that looks good." And I said, "No, no." He put it to his mouth like he's going to eat it. I said, "No, no." And he said, "It's just a cactus flower." And boy, he got it close to his mouth, and boy, it had stickers all over it. He just he had to go to the house and have someone take the stickers out. He come back, he's crying. They told him, said, "You stay away from those cactus stickers. They'll get in there and you can't get them out." And but I didn't want to anyway because they hurt.
the second time, Helen walked out to the desert.
Well, I walked out to the desert, and that man that had came with us, I don't know why he didn't know that'd be dangerous. He said, "Ooh, I'm gonna eat one of those cactus apples."
No, you already told that story. I mean a
Oh,
different story that you walked out to the desert.
oh. Well, I walked out the desert, and I was scared because I could see things run, and I didn't know there's rabbits. I just saw something running and hiding behind a cactus, and they scared me. And so I ran back to the house crying and told Mother there's something out there peeking out around the bushes watching me. And she said, "There's nobody out there. No one would hide out there in all those cactus." And but that didn't convince me because I saw that guy walk out there.
When Miss Helen went to California. I said when Miss Helen went to California.
Yeah, I went out there to work in the defense plant.
Okay, you can tell the story now.
I went out to work to California to work in a defense plant, and uh, went. I checked out tools. They had tools on the wall, and I had to make out slips for all of them. And so anyway, and we had to wear a hat and a scarf. I didn't like anything on my head. So anyway, when I went in the tool room, I'd take it off. And so they told me, said, no, you have to wear it at all times, because what if they'd have a raid? That's when the planes come over to destroy anything we was doing. They knew we was building those ships to take our soldiers over there. And so anyway, I had to wear that hard hat all the time. And I was really glad when I got off and went home out of the shipyard so I could take it off.
When Miss Helen went to Israel.
Oh yeah, I my brother was talking to my son was talking to someone that took tours over in Israel, and uh, he asked me and my husband if we'd like to go. I said, oh yeah. So we gave him our money, and we went over there, and it just seemed like such a exciting thing to walk where Jesus had walked. And we went and saw all the sights over there where he was in the garden. And we held a service there. We had a preacher with us, and so he said the service, and just felt like the Lord was right there with us. And of course, He always is. And but we got we had our prayer and service just like we was in the church, and couldn't believe it that I walked where Jesus walked.
A Raymond Alexander production.